Hello everyone. Have you wondered why some people's farm produce is just so amazing, so sweet? The juicy and the nutrition part of it start from the compost. If you make good quality compost, the result is amazing. Welcome to Sustainable Innovation YouTube channel. Today we want to learn more on how to make our organic compost manure. Stay tuned so that you can be able to understand the process and try to use it. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share.
Thank you. Welcome to Sana Permaculture Farming Garden. This is where I make my compost manure. The gold mine of this farm. For you to be effective in this farming and to address the issue of climate change, you must be able to make your own compost. And this is where the compost is. This is a compost manure made out of different materials. A good compost manure should measure 1 meter by 1 meter or 2 meters and 1 meter height, depending on the availability of materials. Some can put 2 meters. Now, it will depend on your availability of materials. When making this compost, there are layering patterns which must be observed. In this compost, first, I had to measure the length, 2 meters by 1 meter, then do the pegging for demarcation. After which, I break the ground. After breaking the ground, to make the soil loose, that's the measured area. For reason for breaking, you make the soil loose. At the same time, you give the microorganism enough aeration to make this compost decompose. After which, you can either use twigs or mescom remains. You can use this one, that's mescom remain, or the twigs. They do the same work. Twigs are these small sticks which usually you put down, or you can use the maize remains. But in my case, I use the maize cob remains, which I lay down 15 inch. Then every layer, before I start, I must sprinkle water. This moisture will try to invite the microorganism like the termites. Then you followed with the dry matter. In this case, I use the beans remain after shaving the beans. These ones. Then I followed with the manure, the wet manure, cow dung manure, the wet one. Then I spread. Then I followed with the green manure. The green manure, I can use the caliandra, I can use the leucaena or sesbania. In my case, I had sesbania. This is the glacidia, not sesbania, glacidia. This is the glacidia. It is also a fodder. Had this one in plenty. Then from there, sometimes we are advised to use the charcoal ash, but because of the issue of climate change, we don't want to hear anything like charcoal. We'll now bring the wood ash. We spray. Then after that, we bring in the topsoil. All these ones, we ensure that we arrange them 15 inches each. That will be the first layer. Each and every layer, you must sprinkle water to bring that wetness. That is what will facilitate the microorganism to start attacking the heat, and the decomposition will start taking place. We bring all this because in this compost manure, we want to bring a manure resembling the one which we can buy in the agrovet, but with no chemical component on it. So in DAP, percentage 78% is nitrogen. That's why you will see green manure and wet manure. Wet cow dung usually have a lot of nitrogen. And in green leaf manure, we also have nitrogen. The essence of 78% nitrogen in this manure. We also brought wood ash because of the trace element. Wood ash, there are some trace elements which we need in smaller quantity like zinc, magnesium, and those others we'll get in the wood ash. We have carbon, which is in the dry, on the maize remains and dry matter. Potassium can also be got from the wood ash. So you'll find that this our compost manure is having all the contents required for our plant. After making this, you repeat. For the first year, you repeat layering, but leaving now the first layer, which was the maize cob or the twigs. But dry matter, wet cow dung, soil, ash, you will bring here. When we are talking of ash you don't bring to 15 inch, but ash you just sprinkle. Just sprinkle, spread the ash. Don't bring it to larger quantity because they are required in a smaller quantity. The element which usually in the ash is required in a smaller quantity. You repeat to the level of 1 meter. After that, you finish with the spring water, then you cover. You must make sure that you cover your compost manure. Why? The process of decomposition, usually, the manure we are making here is very volatile. When it gets direct sun heat, it will evaporate and will not get what we want here. That's why we must spread it. After doing all this, you must test where the decomposition is taking place. How do you test? We have the stichometer. The stichometer is what will now help us to know whether the decomposition is taking place or not taking place. And this the mice stichometer. Because this one was 2 meters long, you should start from this corner to that corner to feel all the parts of this arrangement. And if you feel it, it is hot and burning. So when you feel when the stick is hot, it means the decomposition is taking place. All the reactions are taking place. So after 2 to 3 days, you can come and remove this your stichometer and you test. When it is hot, by the time the decomposition is taking place, from the time the decomposition is starting taking place, it will be hotter. But as time goes by, the temperature will start decreasing because of that decomposition process. So on doing that, we return this. On doing that, this one should take 14 days, 2 weeks. Then you turn it to another side. By the time you are turning it, you make sure that you mix everything. You mix evenly. Then on that place like this one had already been turned, when I will return this one here, that one I will turn the other side. So these ones will take 14 days to be taken here. Then after 14 days, you will turn it 3 times. So it will take 14 days. This one will take 21 days to be returned, and the last one 28 days. Then your compost manure is ready for use. It will take roughly 2 months to get a well-decomposed manure, depending on the material used. So after doing this, you can now collect your well-decomposed manure, put in a sack, and keep. Why? This is the gold mine. You can see the process, all the process which we have taken to have a well-decomposed manure. So keep it well on a protected area where it does not get moisture and where it does not get direct sunlight, because of the reason I've told you. Direct sunlight, volatility, it is volatile, it will evaporate. Too much water, it will leach, and the content will go down due to leaching. So you need to protect it. Because it is of high value, we usually advise our farmers when you can use it for planting and even for top dressing. When for planting, you dig a hole, you take a bunch in your hand, put in the hole, cover with the soil. Soil will have enough nutrients. The plant will have enough nutrients. On the side of doing top dressing, you make a hole around the plant, put it around, then cover with the soil. It will get the nutrients. So that's how we come up with the compost manure. Why is it important to have a compost manure? Because of the issue of climate change, we don't encourage people to use synthetic fertilizer. But we want to encourage people to have compost manure because the benefit of the compost manure, it is less expensive. We use the local available materials, and again, it feeds both plant and soil. Plant and soil health is received here. Starting point and the gold mine. Thank you.
I hope now you've been able to learn how to make your own compost manure. Don't buy again. Make yours. You'll save some money. Thank you.